We both have strong mid laners that are ulti based. Although the difference here is the Fanny against the Lancelot, and there's a Fanny now. Actually, with going double fighters, you really only have one target you can burst down. Good chance though that Sakzu will just be able to avoid the burst if you do, and it won't be as easy to burst down the Lancelot compared to the Eve. So in the long run, actually going double fighter to try and mess up with what the Fanny can do works in paper, but I'm excited to see it in practice.
That's true. Because this Fanny, if you want to take out anyone, you might have to do like 2 trips or make it 3. By that time your energy is just out and you might be just sitting down. Yes, with 100% effectiveness in this lineup feels like it is dampened. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and load up into the game here because I'm so excited. It's another Fanny game. It's always a fun time. And again, it is against a very beefy lineup for Team Max.
Trying to see if Team Max... There's so much pressure onto Cypher to actually just make the most out of his stun. Because he's the only one that can really lock down this Fanny and try to delay his combination.
And to some degree, the real world as well, right? To a small you can do it, but again, it is very difficult. Same with the Bravest Fighter Landshaker combo. Again, you have to be so good to stop a Fanny mid-air, but yeah, if you can, good for you. But right now, speaking of the Fanny, it is doing its very best to do some harass. And that's exactly what he has to do here. That's the advantage that you get, right? He's already level 3. So quick on taking down this jungle. And Cypher is just doing his very best to protect Sakzu at this point.
This isn't... How this game is going now at the beginning isn't a good sign for Team Max, but... See there, a preview. Law and Order buys a lot of time if you can land the stun on the Fanny. But with how easily Aurora are getting into the jungle of Team Max, disrupting the rotation of Sakzu, we could be up for a very painful game for Team Max.
This could be really painful, honestly, depending on how far or how good Aurora can actually just push in to this jungle. Slow down the Lancelot, that's the goal right now for them. It feels like for Aurora, they suddenly realize that, you know what? Early game to mid game, Team Max is really strong. I don't think we should fight them head on.
No. It's very Eve dependent for the line, though. We will reach the inevitable point of Team Max minus the Eve will not have enough damage to take down Lunar as the ally. So Siki Boom, we just saw him actually use the Idol Fender to try and get late. Even Rosa used the ultimate.
Man, look at that. Trying to go into it, but again, with a revitalized, a very beefy lineup, Team Max, they're going to be able to get that turtle scot-free, bro. I don't know, how are they going to deal with this? What's the plan here?
Well, they're going to need time, I guess. Open up the map through macro split pushes. Team Max were able to take that turtle during a time where there was no buff to be invaded in the orange, so even Tianzi couldn't get a win through there. They will just have to slowly play this out, play the dance, play the map to see where the opening will show itself. In this scenario, that's how it's going to be able to find it. Wait for it.
Yeah, literally just wait for it, right? So right now, oh my goodness, that is some really crazy stuff here. I am just, my eyes are just on TNZ. Like, if you're not making an impact as a Fanny at this point, at 3 minutes in the game, like, what are we doing here, right? Like, I don't know.
The longer the game goes on, it'll actually lean towards Aurora because they probably, if the Alice like the Alice team is gonna have a really good time. And wondering why, how come Team Max can take me down? Alright, they don't have the damage profile, the right damage profile of for it. outside of the Eve. So as long as the Eve stays alive, Team Max will be able to fight comfortably. They'll be okay. But once that Eve goes down quickly, once the real world manipulation is not utilized well against the Alice in the late game, into the mid to the late game, then it's not going to go well for Team Max.
I kind of get it, right? Like Alice is also scaled so well. And against a lineup that is almost like full melee. Okay, come here, bring it on. Like if you're an Alice, right? Like the Alice is gonna be happy. Like okay, group up. I'm gonna hit more people with my Throne of Ruin. I'm gonna be able to lifesteal even more from you guys.
Yeah, it's honestly just exactly as you mentioned. It's so easy for the Alice to thrive with it. So we're just waiting to see if it'll get to that point or whether or not Team Max will actually be able to stop it. So far, they are on the right track with being able to get the objectives, but little by little, you're going to start seeing Aurora opening up the map a little bit more. The lead is going to start slowly going their way through the resources. As long as they don't fully overcommit into getting wiped out, then you'll see the incremental growth lean towards Aurora. But if they play Team Max's game and keep fighting under the real-world manipulation, willing to take damage, then it's not going to go well for them.
That is true. And look at the items here. Spell Vamp. I think all Team Max is waiting is just really those Spell Vamp items. Cypher, you get caught out here. Nice kick coming in from Pangu this time around. And there you go. First blood finally after 4.5 minutes in this game.
Cypher, my
that is the expected pickoff. Should be alarm bells ringing already for Team Max, because after that they won't be able to get a win elsewhere in the map. They won't be able to get significant progress or go through a turret. Saksu will not be able to try and steal the turtle away. And little by little, it's going Aurora's way.
That's the out-tempo that you're looking for if you're Aurora. Again, they're just going to be happy to go even for like maybe 5 minutes. But if you can get like that, you know what, why not? And again, as I was saying earlier, I think for the most part, Team Max is just waiting for items. But there is going to be some tools to get out alongside
Happy birthday, TNC!
I couldn't see clearly if he was actually stunned real quick. Which is why he just eventually could have gone better for Aurora, but that is as good as it will get for Team Max in that scenario after it was initiated by Pagu and Rosa.
Yeah, 100%. For Team Max, like, you're lucky you've gotten that kill, because Pagu, that was actually really good. That mini stun, I don't know where the stun came from, honestly, but I'm assuming Cypher was huge, right? It was so good. Well-timed. It was able to buy enough time for Sakizu to survive. And right now, King Aries, I don't know if he has the lifesteal. He seems very confident on that Lapu-Lapu already. And now that mid-trio can have to go and focus on Lei here. Bot lane might become battleground. I think that's happening right here. Lei gonna go down. The darkening just too much for him to handle.
Aligned very well by Aurora. They have their eyes set on that tower bot. Here comes TNZ. He doesn't want to stop. He goes after BMO.
Again, that's another kick going over. Sakizu, again, still has some survivability on that Lancelot. But so far, I'm just not finding the fight. There you go. BMO finally laying it down again. And with the real world, you know what? They're able to fight back.
See, again, that's the trend. They need the real world manipulation. They need the Starfield of the Eve.
Happy birthday to me, my man. Oh, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Onto Lei. Rosa has help though with Lunar. And King Aries isn't going to be able to take Rosa down. Tienzi gets the turtle. And as expected, it is starting to go Aurora's way. But Team Max still fighting to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand.
Right. Team Max right now feels like they just don't have the tools to deal with the damage yet. Or, you know, if you're gonna fight back, like if you're gonna go for on the 3v3, they don't have what it takes to actually burst out an Alice that's going out their way. A Fanny just flying all over the map. and again a Ruby as well. Like the choke can just walk out, so there's really no target
mà
for
mình
them to
have
actually
rat
kill
rồi.
that easily.
So
mình hiện
at this
stand chặt
point,
cái
Team
mình làm
Max still
stand
very
cipher một
much within shooting range
đừng do
of
SB mà lên
turning the game around, but the turnaround again, their main condition relies solely around one hero.
go lên vì
Actually, add two. Let's make it Cypher
bà
as well,
hỏi
because it's also up to Cypher to
Lên
stun
một
TNZ, which so far
Hey,
he's been
fan
getting, but even more so,
Fighter cái
it's
bén
like,
cháu
okay,
năng
that's a
CC.
small win amongst so many other wins we need to get
cái pick
just for us to keep this game in our favor or turn the game towards our
Ruby
favor
dương
fully. All the while, it's so much easier for Aurora to play the game with the lineup they decided to field.
Right, happy birthday cả âm sịch.
Yeah, and they're playing it so
Happy
well right
birthday,
now, especially with TNZ, right? Like TNZ's just going around. He's just taking these towers, and no one can catch him, which I think was the biggest mistake, right? The biggest mistake here of Team Max. They don't have anything to deal with the Fanny, straight up.
They could have used a little bit more damage. Look at that entry!
Oh! Beautiful entry with the Throne of Ruin, and that's what we're talking about. You know what? Group up all you want. Aurora says, bring it on. And they're fighting. They're trying to fight back, trying to get some of that damage in, even with the bravest fighter. Team Max just forced to run the whack into their base.
Spell. It's okay.
The Eve-centered lineup, well, there's the proof for you. Literally nothing can stop Looter right now. That was a perfect entry. He tossed out the Crimson Gleam. Already had Doomwalls charged up. Then Crimson Gleam still committed the flicker. And it was a massive throw that even caught Bimo the key.
Feels like there's just no way for them to fight at this point, especially with such a tricky lineup here for Aurora Gaming. Here comes Pagu. Again, your teammates are a bit far off. Throne of Ruin used up to slow them down. And there he goes. That's a double kill for TNZ. He's just non-stop at this point. You're just nowhere. There's just no way for you to slow him down. Triple on the Fanny gives him so much gold. So much more lethality at this point.
Well, it looks like things are just going exactly the way that we thought it would be. Great entries by Lunar. Great connection with Pagu. It looked like the members of Aurora were far away, but the Alice was there, and the Throne of Ruin was perfect. Yet again, Team Max now, well, they just got accept this is the bet that they decided to lie on, man. They don't have the right Though you could understand why they picked up the Esmeralda. It's not like picking up the Moskov would have been the worst thing in the world, and you needed that extra bit of damage even more so. I think they just focused a little bit too hard on just playing around their Lancelot, that they ended up giving just a perfect matchup for an Alice-centered lineup. TNZ now is 5-1-0, and Aurora will be forcing game number 3. If Aurora loses this, they messed up badly somewhere.
That's true. That's it's almost impossible to lose at this point, right? It's only 7K, but it's a lineup of it's a 7K advantage in the lineup that shouldn't actually need that much gold, right? Like you don't even need to be so far ahead, and you can just surgically remove members of Team Max. If you fight, they're happy. And there you go. Throne of Ruin activated. Genzi going in. And he is just so lethal right now. That blade is so sharp that he doesn't even need to do it time and time again. They're playing around that tower. No one can catch anyone. And it's just like people are just getting slapped left, right, and center here. Tower will fall. Aurora standing inside the base of Team Max. And there's just no one's dying, bro.
Yep. I mean, this is what we expected. There's no way that you can do to stop this. Even Lei can enter here. They'll only take a control emotion. He goes in again. Ruin just to prove the point that this Alice will be unstoppable against the lineup that Team Max decided to field in this game number 2.
Lại có thua ban lỗi, lại có thua vậy là có thể thơ Bimo, Bimo សំខាន់មែនទេ
Damn, bro. It's just you should have known this coming in, right? This is something
Be more
you can kind of just
yeah.
visualize in your head. This is exactly how the game is panning
Cho
out.
mình be more off link
doing whatever he wants on the map. Sigiboom and Lunar saying, oh, there's 5 of you. Thank you for grouping up and making my job a lot easier.
What hurts even more is that right before that initiation with the Crimson Gleam and Throne of Ruin, the Ruby and the Alice, Sigibom and Lunar got their Queen's Wings at both at the exact same time.
Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
What a dodge.
That's like
nice one.
Icing. Right, that's just icing.
Có thời cài thâm Guardian Helmet. Thời cài Guardian Helmet. Thời miền nạp Guardian Helmet mùi vì miền passive bot file lại món nó không nặng số lên. Cả mấy cái nút. Thời cài ai thâm nâng mùi là mấy đi. Cypher được cả lại thời cài nâng là mấy lên. Cypher lại khi đi thời cài khi đi pet mình. Khi đi thời số là Rosa tranh.
You still also have to deal with Sigibom, who will also thrive similar to the Alice, to the formation that T-Max plays around, all closely knit together. So, let's see if T-Max can make a comeback, but again, it's like 99% sure that this is going to go Aurora's way. Bang!
Ooh, there you go. There's a big dive in and the pile up.
All right,
oh, you guys are piling up. Thank you so much. Sakazu all alone on the map
Same
now.
shit happen.
Like, what are we expecting? Maybe try to slow down that minion wave in the mid, but there's one on the bottom, and just like that, Aurora Gaming is gonna go ahead and work on that base there. Well, their 2 members are chasing Sakazu on top side, and it cleans up. We're going to a game number 3.
No surprises with the result there. Again, even though
dân vô Esme dân stuck បាត់ហើយនឹង Esme ធ្វើអត់ចេញ
understand a little bit